Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Catty Crypto here. So the big USTC minting process that's going on at the moment, we did cover it in a video. My lead developer did break it down pretty well, but I'm just going to put it in at the beginning of this video so you folks know. The USTC that's being minted are coins that people are swapping. All of the other stable coins they're being rewarded, they're swapping them for USTC, and that's what's actually minting more USTC. The main thing to take from this is USTC price doesn't affect the LUNACLASSIC price. We're, completely cut in two at this point. So right now, as you can see, and it's, about 10 o'clock here in the UK, 10 o'clock at night, obviously. This one's coming out in the morning, so it could have burnt more, but we're at 364 million burned. But it could be so much more. We barely have any the CEXs online burning. A lot of it's happening on chain right now. But a lot of things are broken on chain, and I know Terra Rebels are working on fixes and stuff like that. They've only got so much manpower and hours in the day, so these things do take time. So anyway, moving on to more important things, and folks, remember, okay, we've got the validators list, we've got proposals, we've got staking pool, we've got validator status, we've got burn volume, burn tax, total supply, circulating supply, community pool, oracle. There's just so much on here for you folks to utilize. And say you ever get a wallet, you want to know what we know about the wallet, tap it in here at the bottom, and it will literally show you straight away that whatever we know about the wallet will appear. Now, I didn't notice this today because I haven't really been on Twitter too much. I've just kind of been browsing the sort of news updates that are going out. Interesting one for us here in the UK, but I'm going to do a separate video on that tomorrow. I'll talk about it in the live stream tomorrow. I think our live stream overlaps with the Binance AMA, so we'll likely show up in that AMA. Have a listen and see if we can't, show it to you folks or listen in. So to speak, during the live. But someone sent me a screenshot today of LUNCPenguin's trending, which is really good to see that. I've actually wanted this for a very long time because, the LUNCPenguins thing started as a bit of a analogy in my head. As much as a lot of people don't like the idea of the word LUNCPenguins, it's just kind of stuck and it's what we do. So lots going on. We've got Binance, CZ doing a Twitter space tomorrow at 11:15, or even today at 11:15 UTC. So for me, that's like 12:15. So yeah, it should really be at the start of our weekly live stream. So very interesting. Myself and my lead developer have both agreed that we're going to be doing pretty much a podcast episode once a month dedicated to just talking to you about the node, what's going on with the node, what plans we have with the node and things like that. Obviously once the node's up and running. Now it's really weird to see this, but there's loads of these like weird out of gas transactions going through, which are really interesting to see. And I'm kind of wondering what these all are, and if these are like burns and there weren't enough fees to pay the burn, so it didn't go through anyway. And I think it kind of needs looking at, because maybe there's a loop to not get burnt by not providing fees whenever you're supposed to be taxed, and it goes through anyway because you have enough fees for the transaction but not a tax. I don't know. But I'm seeing a lot of these, and they've only popped up. Like, I've never seen these until the burn tax landed. So as you can see, pretty interesting. I do think it needs looking at a little bit more investigation into why there's so many of these failed transactions, and why they're even showing up. If they failed, surely they wouldn't even go through. So that's what makes me think, they went through, but they didn't have enough fees to pay the 1.2% burn tax, which would, to the system, should just come up as a gas fee, because likely they can't correct Terra Finder because it's a completely independent system. So, well, as far as I'm aware it is. I don't know who's behind Terra Finder. Probably a good idea to find out who's behind this one, right? Exactly. So let's move over to the price of LUNACLASSIC, and we're still up. We're still up, and it's a good thing. I'm putting it in the title of this video because I can do it from here to there because it's showing me the line. We're still up 262% from our most recent swing low to where we're sitting now. And we've just been crabbing again. And I like it when we go into these crabbing phases. Look, because we crabbed for quite some time here. Crabbed for a little bit there. We went up, came down for a correction, went up, came down for a correction, went up, and then came down for a rather large correction, and then sort of just coasting sideways, holding this line of support. As it's quite clear when you zoom out on some of those where you can see the lines of support. So you can see we've got support here, a little bit of support there. Now you could call all of these hit bits here where it's hitting, bouncing, and then going back up. You can see these clear lines of support. So we'll have to see what happens. And it doesn't look like the burn tax is destroying the blockchain. And we have to take into consideration that the majority of the taxes are happening on chain currently, because like I said to you guys earlier, in my earlier video yesterday, that barely any of these CEXs are actually burning yet. And a lot of people saying, you know, give them time, give them time. They need time. In my opinion, they've had plenty of time. They've all had plenty of time. And, you know, you shouldn't put a post out saying you support something if you're not ready to actually support it. It's a bit of a stiffener, to be quite honest. And, you know, a lot of these exchanges, they get so much money just from you folks trading, making a profitable trade. They get so much money. Every time you lose money on there and then sell your position, they've kind of made a load of money too. It's interesting to see how CEXs do conduct themselves. So it's interesting to see that KuCoin they had a node, they spun it back up, and then they made a huge delegation. And I'm wondering if Binance don't actually have a node. They're going to spin up a node possibly and then self-delegate some, because you really just would have thought that more of these coins, and sorry to go back onto this kind of like theory of Binance and stuff, but you really would think a lot more of these coins would be staked. I mean, I think they've ramped up to 4% staking rewards now. Yeah, I think it's 4% staking rewards now for LUNACLASSIC. It's nowhere near as much as what you can get on chain. So yeah, really interesting. Well, it's more than interesting, because I possibly believe this wallet, even if it is all of users' coins, these users have plans to possibly spin up validators nodes, delegate a buttload of coins, and then get a load more rewards out of the Oracle pool. So maybe, just maybe, when new validators are able to come on board, we see huge jumps from this wallet, because you should be seeing good moves from this, but you're not. Instead, you're just seeing them hold bags on exchanges if it is all users. But ultimately, like I've done a video before, if you get down to the bite and crunch, you don't own your coins on an exchange anyway. So Binance own them, and they just honor, you know, your trades. They honor what's in your wallet, so to speak. But it's not a self-custodial wallet. A self-custodial wallet is a wallet like Terra Stations, where you have mnemonics like a key. And yeah, we'll put a video up actually for the LUNC Basics playlist. I think it's really important to get things like this out. So folks, stay safe out there. I hope you got some good advice during this. Remember, I'll never DM you. Beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of anyone pretending to be me, and I will catch you in the next one. And I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice.